Hello, guys, and welcome to the George Baidoo Podcast. Thank you guys for stopping by. If you guys enjoy my content, please hit the like, subscribe button if you're on YouTube. If you're on any audio outlet, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcast, please follow, subscribe, leave a rating, and I hope to bring you guys more content each week. Thank you so much. What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the George Baidoo Podcast. I'm back again today. Another week, another episode. I apologize for missing last week. Just got swamped up with personal family stuff that took over the weekend. And, I decided to push it until this week to drop another episode. So I apologize for those of you guys out there who are tuning in. So we're back again. This is, I believe, episode 18. Lots has happened over the last 2 weeks, and I just want to unpack that a little bit. I hope you guys all out there are having a phenomenal weekend. This recording is taking place September 17th, Saturday, September 17th, 2022. On a Saturday, and it's been a busy 2 weeks. Lots of personal and crazy things going on in the world, but hey, we made it here. Like I always say, if you were able to wake up today and you still have air in your lungs and you have people that you can reach out to and talk to, just know that you're blessed. And so today I wanted to touch on, let's just start with like fun tech news. Last week was the Apple September event. So for those of you guys who don't know, I'm a big Apple fan. Apple is a company, it's a technology company that makes the iPhone, the iPods, and the iPads, Apple Watch. I'm sure unless you're under a rock, you've heard of Apple and you've seen an iPhone before. So every year, every September, Apple has their September event. And pretty much September is the month that the newer iPhones and AirPods, which is their technology, what am I saying? It is their earphones that they sell. And what else? And the Apple Watch that came out. So that was great news for someone who's into tech, such as myself. These events are always fun to watch, and it's always good to see what new innovations Apple comes up with. And they're the world's most one of the world's most popular companies and the most profitable. I believe their net worth for Apple is about close to like $3 trillion. So it's great. It's great to have. It was last week, and we got to see the new iPhone 14, which I would not be getting, unfortunately. The way funds are set up right now, I'm going to hold off until next year. And plus, I have the iPhone 13 Pro. I got it earlier this year. It's still a great phone, still a new phone. So it's not enough for me to upgrade this year. But again, as a tech fan, as a fan of Apple, I just wanted to report on that and let you guys know that is that. So if you're looking for a new phone, hey, there you go. And with that being said, I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to keep talking about them. Unless they want to sponsor your boy, then, But no, that was fun news. And I guess my next segue that I want to go into is just to talk about, I was watching, I like to watch Dr. Eric Thomas. He is a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, thought leader. from Michigan. He's also known as the hip hop preacher. If you don't know who he is, Google him, go on YouTube. His videos are on there, the podcast, all the whole nine is up there. But no, I love his content. Whenever I'm feeling down, I go to his page and I take time and I just watch his videos. They're very inspiring. They're very he provides lots of good motivation, and pretty much it touches on anybody. If you're going through whatever it is that you're going through in your life, maybe you're going through a rough patch, you're going through the storms. Dr. Eric Thomas, his content is great, and I remember watching one of his clips, and I jotted it down right here in my phone, and it's pretty much what I want to focus on a little bit today. And it's about taking risks, and it's about balancing risk and reward. In this life, you're not going to get anywhere without some level of risk, and without hard work and perseverance, you won't reap the benefits. That's been the theme of at least from my perspective, the theme of my year. It's been a rough year. I'm not going to lie to you, at least professionally. I have goals that I've mentioned so far on my platform, professional goals, and even goals with, the podcast. But, staying on the professional side, professionally, like I'm not where I need to be. And, I have to remind myself every day that, hey, no pain, no gain. Without risk, there's no reward. And he mentions that on almost every one of his motivational videos. And, I hear it, but sometimes depending on my mood and that particular day and how things are going, it might not resonate fully with me, but it's something that I've just come to terms with. Like, hey, you're going through the storm right now, but hey, storms come to pass. Storms come to pass. And you just got to remember what your end goal is. Right now you're being tested. And again, I'm referring this back to myself because I am currently going through this. And I just want to put that energy also out there into the ether that, hey, there's no pain. Without pain, there's no gain. So even though us that are out there, we're going through whatever it is that we're going through, just remember that it's not going to last. And this is something that I tell myself every day. Whenever I find myself in a little funk or I find myself comparing others, my situation to other people's, I tap into that side and say, hey, you know what? No. In order for you to get to that next level, you have to go through this. You have to go through all this to get to that other side. And yeah, that's just what it's been on my mind lately. Because it's not gonna. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's tough. It is tough. You're trying to get to your destination. You're trying to get to this next goal, and you keep getting all these distractions or all these, all these tests, these roadblocks along the route, and it's like, oh God, when is this gonna stop? When am I gonna be able to make that money I believe I should be making? When am I gonna get this car or get this investment or whatever it is that you're aiming for? Maybe you're aiming for marriage, like whatever it is. Like, no pain, no gain. That mindset applies to everything in life, regardless of who you are and whatever it is that you're aspiring to get to or aspiring to be. And that's just something that we all have to remember. And as we all make our stride each and every day to get to where we want to be, we're not going to get there unscathed. And a music producer of the name of Curtis King. I've been following his channel for like I want to say about 2 years now, and he's a music producer, but he's also he also has a podcast, and it's there to help content creators and just people in general. Like, he gives a lot of motivation, and I like that. I feel like that's what I'm also building my platform to be. And he mentioned that you're not going to get his recent episode of his podcast, the Curtis King podcast. He mentioned something to the tune of, and I'm just paraphrasing. He said, wherever you're trying to get to, you're not going to get to that destination unscathed. Like, you're not going to get there all cleaned up and in your best mood. You're gonna go through the valleys. You're gonna go through with some wounds to get to that goal or those goals that you want to get to. You want to get to this higher promotion at your job. You want to get this degree. You want to get this high paying salary job, whatever it is. You're gonna go through some shit. Excuse my language. You're gonna go through some real ish. And and that's just something that I think a lot of us know. But again, it's just when you have to, it's one thing knowing it, something's going to be hard, but going through that hardship, that's the part where it's like your brain is like, oh man, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to get through this? But hey, you made it to this point, and this isn't the first time you've been through some type of adversity or hardship or, whatever it is. That's a challenge. You made it to this point. So you might as well keep going, because things are going to change and get better. It might not happen in your time. And again, this is all note to myself too. We're all in this together. You might not understand why you're going through this, but at some point, the current hardships that you're in, at some point, things are going to change and look up. So you have to keep going, have to keep moving, keep persevering, and eventually you will be on the other side. So again, we're all in this together. We're all human, and yeah, get some reward for your pain. And yeah, we will take it from there. And one thing I want to talk to you about, since we're on this topic, I just got Dr. Eric Thomas' new book, You Owe You. I'm on chapter 2, and man, I'm telling you, Dr. Eric Thomas, this is actually the first book of his that I bought. I didn't buy his first book. I wasn't fully invested into who he was. I just knew his stories from his motivational speeches, but this time I knew I had to get his book. It is You Owe You by Dr. Eric Thomas. It just came out this week, and I knew I had to get it. Pretty much so far, I'm 2 chapters in, and what I'm getting from it is that he's talking about just taking ownership and accountability of your situation and your life. Whatever it is that you're going through, it's on you to get yourself out of it. And, you owe you to get to that next level. You owe you to get to where we need to go by putting in the work and doing whatever it is that you have to do to move yourself and your family to that next level. Pretty much unlocking that higher being, that higher side of you that you want to get to. So yeah, Dr. Eric Thomas, You Owe You. It's on Amazon, any bookstore you can get, including the digital version. So if you want the audio book, I'm sure it's on Audible or Apple iBooks or wherever it is that you get your information from. Get the book. No, they're not paying me to do this. I don't know Dr. Eric Thomas personally. I just follow his work, and I really, really enjoy his work. So I bought this book. As you can see, I already started reading it. I'm 2 chapters in. So, yeah, let's see how far I can get. I'm planning to finish this book by the end of the month, if not early next month. So, yeah, taking it from there. Dr. Eric Thomas, UOU. His book is so far phenomenal. He's talking about his upbringing and going from living with his mom to being homeless, to find out about his his biological father and that backstory. So again, I recommend you guys pick it up. Again, I'm 2 chapters in, and this book is already phenomenal. So hopefully next week with the new episode, I'll go into further details about what I've learned so far, and yeah, just take it week by week from there. But yeah, UOU, Dr. Eric Thomas. Yeah, I am loving this book so far. So this is not a sponsorship. This is just my uh, personal opinion, and so yeah, get this book, UOU. It is great. It talks about everything that it touches upon everything I just mentioned within the last 15 minutes. So yeah, um, yeah. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you for this week. Again, I apologize for last week. I had a personal family situations, and I couldn't fit it into my schedule. So again, still working on the kinks of my scheduling, and yeah, it's taking it from there. So again, I apologize. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Any suggestions as far as the pod? I do plan on upgrading things soon. So, yep. So yeah, next week I'll be back, new episode. If you're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from, please subscribe, follow, share with friends and family. I'll really much appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. I appreciate you guys, and see you next week. Peace.